Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Saturday, April 12th, 2025. So on a day that is 3 removed from tax day, I just want to keep warning our listeners about this.
I can see you can hardly wait.
Yes, indeedy. Did you do the crossword?
I did.
And what did you think of said crossword?
I thought it was a pretty typical Saturday, which means it was quite a challenge for me. So I purposely didn't even try to do it on Friday because I thought, no, I'm going to wait till the brain is at its best advantage there. But yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, I did it Friday night, waiting for my brain to deteriorate to the point where I could barely remember my name. And so it always makes it a little bit more exciting when I have no nouns at my disposal. But yeah, I found it to be a challenge. I think I couldn't get any traction in the northern hemisphere, as it were. And so I started off in like the southeast and sort of slowly worked my way in a northerly direction. There were some great clues in here.
There were. I couldn't get anything like anywhere until finally 32 across. That's where I finally got one. Another name for Princess Diana of Themyscira. And I knew that was Wonder Woman. So
I knew that from I looked at Princess Diana and then I looked at Themyscira. Is that how you pronounce it? I've never heard anyone say that before.
No, me either.
But yeah, I just I think I might have had a few letters by the time I was able to recognize that.
Yeah. So that was good. And then 21 down, I thought was a great clue. But I got it right. Party people, caterers.
You got that right away?
Yes, I did.
Really? Boy.
So I thought, having those two really helped me get the middle and the right side of the puzzle. And then I just hit a roadblock and couldn't get anything on the left side for the longest time. And I just kept trying different things. And eventually I worked my way to the top, and then I finally got the top left corner, and got it done. But
what about 31 down? Genre for Amazing Stories magazine, informally. Sci-fi.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really? Okay, no. So...
But I had the I at the end, 41 across, which was how some sit by, and I thought it was going to be idly.
Right.
So I had the I, so I thought, it's got to be sci-fi. I didn't know any other genre that ended in I. So that's where I and that certainly helped too. But I was having great trouble with 33 across, and it's a funny answer. Many of them have mascots. And I had the E and the A, and I thought, it's some kind of team.
Yes. Yeah.
Teams. And it turned out to be cereals.
Right.
Which do. Many of them do have mascots. But I just didn't even think of that.
The thing is, with the teams, you only had 2 letters left for the initials of the league or the grouping, and that would have been impossible. I like the fact that, so with 31 down, we had genre for Amazing Stories. And then for 31 across, we had the sublime genre, and that was ska.
Right.
Not quite sure why is that a reference to a lime? Do you think? A sublime is in something to do with limes?
I don't know.
But a small mystery there.
36 across was funny. Once I finally got it, was like seriously? And the answer was, I mean, come on. Very funny.
Yes, that was good. 10 down. Boy, I fell right into this. One with a taxing job. I had IRS agent.
Yes, me too.
Because actually only one of the letters matched in the final answer, which was assessor. But I thought, ooh, this is a gimme. But it was a trap.
Right, that assessor.
I knew I was having problems because 8 across was you really think, and the answer was that so. And I thought, well, if it isn't that so, it's got to be with the IRS that so. And I decided that so is not a thing. So I had to throw out the IRS agent.
And the one below it, 16 across, base ruling.
Yes.
And I thought, you're out.
Yep. That works well with IRS.
Yes. So that's why I put IRS there, but it turned out he's out.
Yes.
Which made me happy because I kind of hate it when they put in slang in a phrase.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even think of the word because it's usually got less letters than the actual word. Like you're out, instead of Y-O-U-R out, or it would be Y-O-U-R-E out.
Right.
But it was he's out. So I was glad it was an actual word and not a slang word.
Yeah,
And the same with I mean come on. It could have been I mean come on.
Right, C-M-O-N.
But they spelled it all out, and I was happy to see that because it's like, you don't always think of the slang and how it would be spelled.
But this is a Saturday, and so anything goes on a Saturday.
Oh, that's true.
We had a few others in the top right, 11 down, temperature gauge at times, toe. And then the one next to it, 12 down, start to charge, sir. That was good. Quite a few like that. Also, sort of going along with Wonder Woman, we had 47 across. What might be thrown for a loop? Lariat.
That's right.
And I think actually she had a lasso. I think that was her,
right.
The golden lasso of truth, I believe. We need one of those. We really need a golden lasso of truth.
You probably more than me.
That's right. Are you cheating? Here, allow me to throw the golden lasso of truth around you. It probably gets me into all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
Don't think.
I like 26 down, plant energy source. I didn't really like it because I was like, well, chlorophyll. I think it turned out to be uranium.
Yes.
So.
And I got that because I had several letters, but then 40 across was the Hilton hotel chain. And I had the T and the R, and I'm like, I don't know. So I went through the letters, and then I got to the U, and I thought, true, TRU sounds like it might be right. And then I saw, it's going to be uranium, which I was having problems with because for 24 across, giving us the first letter of uranium, for the missile type, I had ICBM rather than Scud.
Scud, yes.
So I was trying to do something with, it was going to be branium, which sounds like a good name for something in the periodic table. This was invented by Dr. Brain or discovered by Dr. Brain. It's branium.
Isn't there like vibranium in some comic?
That's Marvel. That's Marvel. Yeah, that's what the shield, the Captain America's shield is made of.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
Vibranium, yes. I'm not sure what happens, though, if, like, the Hulk tries to tear vibranium. This sounds like one of these debates they'd have in the 50s or 60s. 47 down I liked. Like hat hair, matted. And then close to that, 43 down, like larceny that's not grand. I went for petty.
Oh, yes. I thought of petty, but it didn't fit. Because I had already gotten deli meat there with the I, 55 across, prosciutto or salami. And so I thought, well, it must be petite.
Yeah, that was one of those that I was going to wait on. And so, but yes, I eventually did get petite as well. 44 across was take forcibly, and I immediately went for usurp.
Oh.
But it was rest, W-R-E-S-T. And then the cakewalks, which this crossword was not, cakewalks was easy wins.
Easy wins. I had so many different easy things. In
It was 34 down.
Easy runs, and then I had easy, something else with an I. I can't remember, but eventually I figured easy wins.
How about for 56 across, the noted quintet? What did you start with?
I had no idea.
Really?
So
I was going to go for A-E-I-O-U.
Oh, like the vowels, yeah.
And sometimes Y. I needed to throw in the Y because it was 6 squares. But then it turned out to be senses.
Senses, yes.
And actually in the middle of that...
Always, when I see a clue like that, I always want to think it's a band. I'm like, let's see, the Rolling Stones, they have 5 members, then I put Stones in there, because I had the S, but no, it turned out to be senses.
That first E of senses ended 48 down, did amazingly in slang 8.
8. You ate it.
I thought that meant you suffered some tremendous loss. Like if you
eat it, yeah. But
I'm sorry,
ate.
eat versus ate? That's ridiculous. But I'll take your word for it. 46 across. What was 46 across? You might want to sit down for this meal.
Yes.
That was sort of cute. Oh, and 42 across. That was brilliant. Pool shooters. 4 letters. I knew it had to be Q's.
Yes, me too. That's what I put in.
But what it needed to be was jets.
Jets.
That kind of a pool.
Right. I thought, well, when Q's didn't work, and I still didn't have the J there because I had no idea what 29 down was, but I thought, well, it's got to be something in a pool, like a swimming pool. So I was thinking like, a Nerf gun or a water shooter or something like that, but no, jets.
See, I was thinking,
perfect sense.
I was thinking of water polo. I wasn't sure where I was going to go with water polo when I only had 4 letters. But, well, yeah, so that J of jets ran into 29 down, mortars for grinding Mexican spices. I will let you pronounce the answer.
Molcajetes. Molcajetes, maybe. Yep. Yeah. Molcajetes.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, well.
It'd be molca.
Well, I would have gone for molcajetes, which I'm sure is incorrect.
No, it'd be like, molcajetes.
Wow.
I'm thinking or it could be jetes, I'm thinking Rio de Janeiro. Jetes, maybe.
You wouldn't happen to know Claudia Scheinbaum, would you? No. Just like she's in the room.
I had that in there, and I thought that doesn't even really look like a real word. so I did look it up, and there were all these pictures of mortar and pestles, and so I'm like, oh, yep, it's right.
For grinding Mexican spices. Wonder what happens if you try it on a non-Mexican spice. Does it break? So it's like, no, you didn't do it with basil, did you? Oh, you broke it. All right. Well, I think that is it for the crossword.
Yep.
This was by Jesse Cohn.
Nice job, Jesse.
Yes, indeed. His third. He's done 2 on Friday, and this is his first Saturday. Edited as always adeptly and ably by Will Shorts. But it is Saturday, which means it's time for the Jam Katwa. The Gene and Mike Crossword of the Week Award, where we scan back through the crosswords of the week and pick out what we deem to be the very best. And this time we had no trouble whatsoever in coming to a consensus, and the consensus was
Wednesday. The great 3-star puzzle that was a 5-star or even more. But yes, it had many clues about 3 stars. If you gave something a 3-star review, what would that be called? So the first one was, I think, 19 across, 3-star review of a cocktail shaker, which was mixed results. And then we also had 40 across, 3-star review of a no stress class, passable. Or 51 across, 3-star review of Tulsa, it's just okay. So wonderful, clever answers and very clever clues.
Yes, indeed. And that was by?
It was by Aidan Deschamps and Orrin Hartstein.
All right. Well, Aidan and Orrin, if you feel so inclined, drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com, so we can send you your Jam Katwa certificates and some lovely Northeast Wisconsin swag.
That's right.
And again, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com is where anyone who wants to send us feedback can do that. Yep. A reminder that Triplet Tuesday, our next Triplet Tuesday contest, is coming up this Tuesday.
Yep.
So keep practicing.
Yep.
Remember, you got to work hard on your acceptance speech. That's probably going to be the most difficult part. And we will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of Sunday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.